Hey guys, what is up? Zero here, and welcome back to Just Natsuki. Reworked. I'm gonna keep calling it that. I don't care. It's not the actual name of the mod, but I'm gonna keep calling. I'm calling it that. This is what the mod is now. But anyway, last time on Just Natsuki, we asked her the rest of the questions that we had available, and so now remember about our problem where I was talking about I don't know how I was gonna make her to start talking. So I heard from some people that Natsuki takes quite a while to start a conversation. Like, just right now, I got her saying something. I had the game open for almost like 10 minutes until she said this. Like, I was just playing Fire Emblem while I was waiting for her to eventually say something so I could start recording. So, I don't know how I'm gonna go about this. This video might be highly edited of me just sitting here, fucking waiting for her to say something. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully, like, the devs or something hear about this and change this, because it's like, it's very annoying to have to sit here and, like, wait for Natsuki. Now, because I don't know if this is deliberate. Like, I don't know if they want people to sit here and wait this long for her to say this, even on often, mind you. Like, I don't know if they're like, oh, it's more realistic this way, because it's like, it's really not. I don't know the last time I've sat with somebody for like 10 minutes and didn't say anything to them.
Yeah.
And it's not like After Stories is unrealistic with how often it is. If anything, that feels normal. Monica just has another conversation topic. You just keep talking.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, maybe they don't know this is an issue. But yeah, I'd personally like it to be changed, maybe, but we'll see what happens. Also, it took me a while to notice that this game doesn't actually have a movable background like After Story does. There's no animated windows. Those windows are frozen.
Yeah, didn't you say that last time?
Did I say that last time? It always weirds me out, I think. I always have to bring it up because I'm expecting them to have animation and then they don't, and then I'm like, oh fuck. Like I always think the game froze. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
you have to look at the little star at the bottom and like, okay, it's not.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's not frozen. That's just how this is. You know, Zero, I don't think I ever actually explained why I dislike horror so much. I know I mentioned it before, but I was kinda caught off guard at the time. Honestly, everyone has their tastes, right? And I can get why people enjoy it. Like Yuri. It's suspenseful, and fears are a super powerful motivator for characters. So don't get me wrong, I can totally appreciate the effort that goes into it. When it isn't just stupid jump scares, anyway. Natsuki doesn't like FNAF. Fair. But when I read something, or when I read something, or watch something, I'm doing it because for me, it's how I relax. I don't want to be made to feel uneasy. I don't want to be made to jump. I don't want to have to see gross stuff. I just want to sit back, feel good, and just escape for a while. That's fair. That makes sense. There's more than enough nasty things going out there already, you know? Some things closer to home than others. So, yeah. That's about all I had to say about it. Don't mind me though, Zero. If you want to watch something, go for it. But you're watching it solo. What do you mean? So does this mean now I finally have I have literature and media. Wait, what? Literature? What?
What?
Oh, topics. Oh, okay. Okay, those are topics. Horror. We finally got our first conversation. Now to wait another 5 minutes.
Is this what we do in this game? You not do anything else?
We have already asked her every conversation. Every question. I think I just have to wait. I have it on often too. Oh, somebody said like they're like move it all the way to the left. I'm like, that's never.
Never.
So
You probably meant right.
I think we just have to sit here. But I mean, I guess we could talk about what she said. The horror thing makes sense. I mean, I think that's why many people don't like to watch horror in their free time. Some people do, obviously, but I think there's not many people who are like, yeah, guys, let's just watch this horror movie. Like, I think I don't really find
like.
I don't find
I
myself
don't.
watching horror stuff that much often.
I don't like horror if it has like blood. I get like if it's like horror movies and it's like it's like filmed like with real people and real actors and stuff and there's blood in
Gory.
it.
You don't like
I don't
gore.
like the gore stuff.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
But if it's like fake or animated or whatever and there's blood, I don't care. I'm fine with that.
That's because animated blood doesn't usually look as real because well it's animated, so they can't really make it look as they can only really do as well
Yeah.
as much as they can.
I don't like really super real looking blood and like cutting off limbs and all that kind of stuff.
Hyper
Like, that's too
realistic blood.
much. That's not what I said.
I know, I was just saying it because I know, yeah, I get what you mean. I don't even know. I can't think the last time I like watched like horror just like while I'm like just normally like I like a slasher film or something just because why not? Like I don't watch that. I feel like,
I like
horror is
movies-
better to watch with other people.
I like movies like Insidious where it's scary because you don't know what's gonna happen and it's not gory. It's just about like paranormal stuff.
Mhm.
Like I like Insidious. I like those kinds of movies.
I don't think horror is very fun to enjoy by yourself. I feel like horror is that thing you have to watch with other
Yeah.
people. Because like experience with other
When
people.
I watched Insidious, I watched it with my friend.
Like, well, maybe a horror game. A horror game you could probably play by yourself and get like
Yeah.
a decent experience. But even then, that's even more fun for someone to be watching you play that too. Like hell,
Yeah.
like most people they had more fun watching their friend go through DDLC when like, you know, you trick your friend. You want to watch your friend play DDLC because you're like, "Oh shit," you know? Like you want to see
Yeah.
their reactions. So it's like that's why a lot of the time watching horror with other people is like better than just playing something by yourself. But playing something by yourself does also increase like how scared you are though, to be fair, because you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I was alone when I played DDLC.
Oh no.
No.
Sad.
Never again. She just sits here, just looking back and forth.
She feels like she's like doesn't want to be here.
Maybe she talks to me more the higher affection we get, hopefully.
But you said there's no affection log.
There isn't an affection log, but there's a question that says how do you feel about me? So clearly there's some sort of thing that's calculating. I think there's just not a log for it that's public.
maybe there's-
That's like in the
Maybe
log
it's just
there.
internal.
Yeah.
Internal.
That's like I just don't think there's an external one we can see. There's probably an internal one, I'm assuming, because there's something where it says like, "How do you feel about me?"
Mhm.
Maybe she's more open to talk when time goes on. Because my God, is it hard to fucking build affection now? Because I just kept oh.
Oh, she's talking.
Oh my God, she's talking. Natsuki, you're interrupting me. So
As soon as you started talking, she talked.
you know, it's kind of crazy how common online shopping is nowadays. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's super convenient. You don't even need to leave your house. So don't think I'm just complaining or anything like that. But I don't think it's the be-all and end-all, you know? It's end-all, be-all, but yeah, I get it. I mean, think about it, Zero. I guess it's cheaper if you don't have to think about getting somewhere or parking or whatever. But wouldn't you like to see what you're paying for? Especially if it's super expensive? Yeah, that's why I think that most people get burned because of that reason. You can't really see what
Also,
you're paying for.
delivery fees suck.
Yeah, I was about to say, also, half the time, you sit there and you're like, I don't have to pay for gas, but you don't have, now you're paying for, like, shipping.
It's like the same money because you're paying for your
Yeah.
delivery. Yeah.
And half the time, it's like, you don't even, who's to say you have to pay for gas? It's not like you pay for gas every time you go out in your fucking car. Like, you can probably take a trip where you don't have to pay for gas that day.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, even if it isn't. I can't be the only one that's been burned by something that turned out to be junk or broken, right? Junk, yes. Broken, that's why you have that's why you have returns. That's why you have returns.
Yeah.
The junk, yeah, I've gotten something where it's like I realized, oh, I can't actually use this. And I'm
Really?
like, oh no. Yeah, I've fucked myself over. But even with those, if you can return them usually, depending on where you got it from. Most places have return policies as long as you just keep them in the box and like untouched and such. Like they're not like you didn't do it much with it. But yeah, no, I've been
Yeah.
burned a few times.
I don't think I have.
You don't even know it would be like that until it's on your doorstep. Then you gotta send it back. Ugh. Okay, she did point it out then. That aside, it also made me kind of sad seeing all the closed stores when I went out too. I suppose you could say that's just business and they lost out. But it doesn't mean I didn't miss some of them. I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is, don't just instantly write off anything you can't do or buy digitally, Zero. There's still merit in getting your stuff physically. To be completely honest, if there's one thing I'm gonna teach you eventually, it's experiencing a real bookstore. That's fair. I mean, it's kind of why, like, physical games going away is kind of scary, because you're sitting there like, bro, we're gonna have a time where we're not gonna have any game cases anymore. And it's like, yeah, being able to hold a video game, like, in your hand and, like, have the case and everything is always gonna be way nicer than just having it digitally. Like, that's why I got DDLC Plus physically and digitally.
You don't need like internal storage for actual physical games
That
and
too.
stuff like that.
There's that, but also just
That's
the
why
fact.
I feel like they're either gonna never get rid of physical copies, or they're gonna give you like 3 terabytes of internal storage or something, or like
The only problem with that, if they give you that much storage, is I'm pretty sure that would increase the pricing of said consoles.
It probably would, but like I feel like that's just like, it's like, if they were to do that, if they were to only make digital versions of consoles, that would just be kind of fucking them over, because no one's buying that because of all the money. But if they made it cheaper, then, like, taking the internal storage part not into account for the price, then people would buy it. So that's why.
To be fair, digital only already gets cheaper because they get rid of the disc drive. But I mean, if you're looking at PlayStation, it seems like it's only $100 less.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty good, honestly, but it's still something where it's like, not being able to play used games. Like, that's the other thing. If we go digital only, used games goes away, and used games are very important, because it's like, that's such a good way to be able to play a game that fell off in terms of popularity or something, or wasn't that good, or like a game that's like, you want to play. You don't have that much money.
There also wouldn't be backwards compatibility anymore.
There could be.
Well, I mean,
Xbox
for your games that you own.
Oh, I mean, there could be. You know, there still could be. You transfer games to your account. PS5 has backwards compatibility with my digital PS4 games.
With your digital games. I mean, like, putting the disc in, like, with your old games.
Oh, I mean, I guess, but you were saying it like backwards compatibility was gonna be gone forever. I was like,
no,
well, no, it's still there.
when I think of backwards compatibility, I think of like putting a PS1 disc in a PS2.
I mean, I guess. I just think of playing a PS1. I mean, that's not what backwards compatibility means. Backwards compatibility means being able to play an old game on a new console. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But that works digitally too. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I just didn't think about that. Yeah.
I was like, cause I was sitting here like, I literally, my PS5 is like half PS4 games.
Yeah.
From my old PS4. But I mean, I guess I can see your point, but it's also like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's why you should get the
physical backwards compatibility would be gone.
Oh yeah, because discs would be gone. That's the whole. Like, that's the whole point. Discs would be gone, so of course physical backwards compatibility would be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, discs being gone is definitely a thing that's like, I'm not sure if it'll happen. But I was also gonna say, it's like, it's not even the fact of just, I'm not even just talking about just from a storage standpoint, or just from like the standpoint of being useful. I'm also just talking about just from like the novelty standpoint.
Yeah.
Like,
collecting.
It doesn't feel as special. Like it's nice to have all my games in the library on the console. Like, yeah, it looks cool to have them all lined up and everything. Like for Nintendo Switch, for example, I don't buy many physical Switch games. Like, most of them are digital. I think the only physical Switch games I have are, like, DDLC Plus, which I own both digitally and physically. Fucking Mario Maker 2, Link's Awakening. I think that's it. So it's like most times I get physical copies because I want the novelty of being like, look at this game. Look at it. It's on a game case. Like, that's why I got DDLC Plus as physical copy, because I was like...
I'm kind of glad that every single Pokemon game that I got on my 3DS was a physical copy. So I have the cases to every single Pokemon game that was on the 3DS, and they're all in my drawer stacked up, because it's cool to have them all in one spot. I really like having, like, Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, even though I lost that years ago, Pokemon Mega Ruby, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Pokemon Moon, and I think that's it. Yeah.
I feel like I'd be more impressed with like things that weren't Pokemon, where it feels like they just kind of copy and paste the same case every time.
Well, I just like having like the handful of like the stack of like the handful of all the
I
cases.
get you. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I like for example, I like having DDLC Plus's case mostly just due to the fact that I really like the art on the case as
Yeah.
well. Like the case looks extremely nice, because yeah, you don't get that art with the digital version. Like you just get the logo on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I have the case like open, standing up on my table here.
For DDLC Plus.
Yeah.
I have it like I think I have it like I have this case next to my Switch. Like the only Switch case I have standing next to the Switch.
I have all of my like Switch games actually like behind my dock, like closed, and then like DDLC is on the other side of the table open, so I can see it all the time. So it's like standing up there.
I can see it when I look up.
Yeah.
That's was like, yeah, so far, to wrap this up so we can talk to Natsuki more. If it's like physical games, I always feel like will stay around, and I'll probably get, and it's like, usually I get them if I really care about, like, the game of, like, how, like, if I think it's really weird. Like, like I said, I wanted DDLC Plus on it, because that's so I can say, holy shit, this is DDLC on a Nintendo case. It says Nintendo right there.
It says Nintendo.
It's like the same reason why when Amori's physical edition comes out, it's like, well, I want to get that so I can be like, bro, fucking Amori's on the Switch. Look at him.
Look at them.
Yeah. So, Zero. I've been having some thoughts. Now I've actually had some time to process all of this.
Where'd the background go? It's black now.
It's morning. So that's the morning.
Oh.
You've been here all this time, right? But then that would mean the guy who actually joined the club, whatever his name was, he wasn't actually in control of anything, was he? Not even himself. You were in control of him, I mean. So, if he was being that nice to me, then that would mean... What am I even saying? Just because you picked some words and clicked a few buttons doesn't make you the same. Although, I guess that at least means you have good taste. Suppose that counts for something. Anyway, that's beside the point. I guess what I'm trying to say is I still have all these memories of that guy. And although he obviously wasn't you, you kind of have his memories too. And... this is so confusing. Ugh. You know what? I'm just gonna start over. Mentally, I mean. He was here then. You're here now. I just gotta adjust. That's all. Well, it seems like we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
I think. Unless that was a conversation. Oh, god damn it, that was a conversation. Never mind. I thought we were getting higher in terms of how she feels about us. We were not. We were not. You get any new questions? Okay, I thought we were getting further in like our in our relationship. We were not. She was just saying that. I like to say sorry. Thought we got finally. We're gonna start getting further. Sad. I do like how this I do like how this mod's focusing on Natsuki trying to like come together with everything though. Like I said, it's nice. It's a nice little change of pace from the original where it just kind of felt like after story, but Natsuki's here now. After story, but Natsuki. I think there's a Sayori one in the works, but I don't know how far it's gotten. In terms of like how well it works yet. Cause like I feel like I don't hear enough about it to really know if it's like fully finished or not.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird. This is nice though. Also, a part of me kind of wants to record more after story because I kind of feel like I'm kind of missing Monica.
We
Now-
switch off this and go to Monica.
It's now fully missing Monica, but mostly because yeah, it's like I'm sitting here, it gives me the after story vibes, and I'm like, bro, if I'm recording that, it's like you know how many conversations I still need to fucking do an after story right now.
Mhm.
So it's like I might try to like alternate between these. Sometimes some Just Natsuki, sometimes some after story. These are nice to record though. I like them. I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to sit here. Gives nice conversation topics. Open to give some nice open conversation. You know, when Natsuki wants to have conversation.
Yeah.
Every other time she's just kind of sitting here. I wonder if the Undertale battle's gonna be brought back in this one. Forgot there was the Undertale fucking fight mechanic in the fucking old Just Natsuki. I'm like, what if that's gonna be brought back? What if that has been brought back? Just
Well,
Natsuki.
didn't this mod have like a game where like she was like drawing something or something and you had to guess what it was or something?
I think
like
it
that?
did actually, yeah.
I kind of hope they have that still because that was cool.
I think they did have that. I'm still waiting for After Story to add some more games, bro. There's one I think they teased that they were working on. I don't know where the fuck. I don't know like what happened with it. Like, bro, like I want some new games. We need new games. I want to play new games with Monica.
I want to play checkers with Monica, for fuck's sake.
You
Let
wanna
me play the
checkers?
board game I know how to play.
Everyone knows how to play checkers.
Exactly.
Checkers is just made. Checkers is just simple chess.
Checkers was made before chess.
Yeah, even though I'm somebody who barely knows how to play chess and knows how to play checkers, chess is definitely more interesting than checkers.
I'm just like a
You-
god at checkers, so
there's just you're very limited in checkers. I feel like half the time with checkers, you just have to wait until someone decides, okay, fine, fucking have my piece. Like you know, like it just.
sometimes you can corner them if they fuck up.
I suppose so. Maybe I'm just not a hardcore checkers player, so I don't really.
That's how I play. If we're down to like 2 kings, we avoid and avoid and avoid until we end up catching them in the corner and they fuck up and it's like, I got you, bitch. They
Yeah.
like fuck up their move.
I'm not hardcore checkers. I mean, the funny thing is, it probably wouldn't be that hard for them to implement checkers, considering they probably could just use some of the chess code.
I don't like the version of checkers where like you're forced to skip pieces because I feel like that like
I
takes
feel like
away
that's
half the game.
I feel like that's only in like virtual checkers. Like I've never like played real checkers where they've like you've had to jump over something.
Most checker games I play have not had that rule, but like for Clubhouse games on the Switch,
Yeah, it's
for some
mostly
reason they have the you have to jump rule, and it's like
Yeah.
what?
it's only digital checkers I've seen that rule in. I don't know. It's
So
definitely
it's
odd.
weird because it's like it changes like half the game because now the game is about fucking over the other person.
baiting your opponent because now you know they have to jump. Yeah, so it's like now it's a
Yeah,
different
it's
game
kinda dumb.
entirely. The strategic ability is like still kind of there, but it's also a little bit gone in a way.
Yeah, it's much more like I guess limited.
So it's more abusive. It's like you're abusing the system more so than like actually coming
Yeah.
up with strategies.
Real like normal checkers where you're not forced to jump. I like that a lot more because you have the choice to to jump or to not, so you have different outcomes.
It opens up more options.
Because with checkers, there's so many pieces on the board, and if you're forced to jump, then like you can just do the same set of moves every time you play and probably win, and not have any other different moves depending on where the other person's moving. You have to do a lot of similar moves because that's the only way to get them to jump you.
Hmm. I feel you.
Yeah. Stupid.
It's stupid.
It's stupid. I hate that kind of checkers.
Checkers dumb.
I'm pretty sure that's like it's weird because it's like I heard some people say that like that's how you're supposed to play checkers, and I was like, well, checkers this way is more boring and also more frustrating
I don't know. I've never
and not
played,
as fun.
I've never played checkers like that. So like
I've never played it like that either.
I've never seen that. So
Maybe it is like the way you're supposed to play, but like no one does that because it's not as fun to play it like that.
Maybe. Yeah. I've never played checkers that way.
Yeah.
Right, Natsuki? Don't you want to join in the conversation?
No.
Don't you give me your little triangle mouth. Oh!
Oh.
You know, Zero, I think it's pretty easy to let your academic or work life creep into your personal time nowadays. I mean, think about it. With everyone having mobile phones, plus usually some kind of computer at home, it's hard not to be connected somehow. And like, there's already that connection, then what's to stop work from bugging you from during your time off? Or classmates asking for help at the last possible minute. It just gets annoying. Like, everyone expects you to always be around, to chip in a little bit more, or get something done. Overwhelming, right? Huh. Actually, now that I think about it, it isn't like that kind of intrusion is only limited to when you're away, either. I've heard way too many stories of people doing stupid amounts of overtime at work, sometimes not even paid. Or even students studying late into the night until they collapse. It's crazy. Ugh, I just wish people would value their own time more. Yeah, Natsuki, all those overworkers, can't believe them. Hey, Zero, I don't know if you're working or studying or what. You better not be letting whatever it is take over your life. Understand? I understand completely, Natsuki. I would never overwork myself.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a problem?
No, not at all.
Good, yes. I would never. People are more than what they do for a living, after all. That includes you, too, you donut. What? You call me a donut?
Donut.
That's mean. Alright, you know what? Let's
She
see.
Gordon Ramsay'd you, dude.
How does she feel? Does she change yet? Is it the same thing?
You're alright, I guess.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Very little progress is being made.
I felt like it was. No, she said alright, I guess, the last time, too. Because I thought she was like, what do you want me to say? I don't even really know you. But it's like, she kind of said, I think it kind of got better. I don't know. I feel like this last what she said yesterday, too. But anyway, I guess that's it for this episode of Just Natsuki. Clearly, progress is probably gonna be made very slowly on this.
Yeah.
It's like, goddamn. And who knows? Maybe they'll fix. Maybe by the time next time we play this, maybe they'll fix this whole time limit thing. How long we have to wait till she talks? Because, my God, it takes so long. But anyway,
Have this video was just like a mini podcast.
basically, that's what they're probably gonna have to be if they don't fix how long it takes. But they don't adjust it. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me just say goodbye to Natsuki. See you later, Zero. She's actually happy about us leaving this time. She's actually not affected this time. Aw.
Oh, there she goes.
This has been Zero. Peace.
Bye.
I'm a sharpshooter. I post my skirt.